Time now for NFL 3-4-3. We got 4 weeks left of the regular season. It is time to turn it on Tron Legacy style. Let's get it going. 3-0 coming this week. Big bucks. No whammies.
Bengals, Steelers.
All right, the play here, the Taga Cats plus the 8.5. Game open -9, but has dropped a half point in favor of the Bengals. 69% of the betting public is on the Steelers, so don't be Nightmare on Elm Street scared till wait until game day to bet on this one. It could go up with all that square money on the favorite. Reasons for you. The short week, very big in the NFL, of course, especially late in the season when games mean so much. The Steelers coming off one of their biggest wins of the year, if not their biggest. The Ravens on the road on Monday Night Football. What a great end of the game that was. And they've had a very short week to prepare. That hard-fought win over the Ravens, quote them nevermore, very costly. The injury report for the Steelers reads like Carrot Top's autobiography. Not very good. No Heath Bar Miller. Roethlisberger broken nose to match his broken foot and broken ego. Punter Danny Sebola with a torn ACL, one of the better punters in the NFL, and very important for the Steelers. We're not able to really score a ton of points. Injuries are extremely extensive, and they will affect the Steelers' game plan. Very big for Mike Tomlin. The weather. Gotta love the weather late in the season here. Big factor. We're talking about it a lot here on NFL 3-for-3 for the weeks to come, heading into the playoffs as well. Let's take a look at the up-to-the-minute weather.com forecast for game day. 32 degrees with light winds, but 70% of it rain and snow. Weather like this is what we call an equalizer. The ball gets slippery, turnovers end up keeping the game very close, and that is a major factor with teams like this that, the Steelers can obviously score a ton of points, or they score very few, and it's all about their defense. Losing streak. Cincy, tired of losing. What a weird year for the Bengals, starting, a little off, but showed signs of flash. Had Terrell Owens, of course, coming on this team, and Chad Ochocinco. So much promise early on, and they've had just a really rough year. So they're out of the playoffs, and perhaps with the lame duck coach, they still think they can end this losing streak, and that'll be kind of like their Super Bowl. Professionals do have pride. Yeah, they make a lot of money, but they want to win. Nobody likes losing 9 games in a row. The Bengals are going to be out there fighting each and every play. Expect a letdown for the Steelers after that big win on Monday Night Football. The Bengals will be hungrier, and the extensive injuries and that nasty weather is going to be just enough to equalize this game, equalize the pressure, if you will, under the water, under the sea. Expect a letdown from the Steelers after that big win on Monday Night Football. The Bengals are going to be hungrier, and the extensive injuries and nasty weather will just enough to equalize this game at plus the 9. Bengals, bet it and bake it, and as always, believe in the dream.
Patriots, Bears.
All right, the play here. Gotta love the inclement weather coming late in the season. The under 37.5. Largest line move of the week. The game opened 45, and my 4 and 5 star subscribing wizards got it at under 44 and 43. Still a very strong 3-star play at the under 37.5. 52% of the betting money has been on the over and 48% on the under. The majority of the under money is shop wise guy action. And those wise guys, they like to win and often do. Reasons for you. Weather. Oh, did I mention weather? Every season I make a small fortune, which then I in turn use in my world famous scam collection, by betting weather totals late in the year when things get ugly around the US of A. Let's take a look at the forecast. By the way, how can you not love predicting games and being a weatherman? I feel like Al Roker in front of a full roasting pig in the middle of an F5 tornado. All right, 70% chance of snow and 25-mile-per-hour strong gusty winds. That is some nasty, nasty football weather. And, Soldier Field in Chicago, already nasty on a good day. With the big winds coming in and the bad weather, it makes it even tougher to play. Here's what happens. Visibility decreases. The strong winds force both teams to run the football. The more you run the ball, the more you drain the clock. Quicker games, less scoring. Neither of these teams have high-powered rushing attacks, so the points will be few and far between. And field turf. Horrendous at Soldier Field. Definitely one of the worst, if not the worst, in the entire NFL. Here's a quote from Wes Dan Welker in the Chicago Tribune. Yeah, it's supposed to be a slower track out there, and I've heard it's not in that great a shape, and they're re-sodding it and everything like that. You just have to make sure you are ready for the field conditions, whatever condition it is in. The Bears, whether it was the revamped Soldier Field or, before they redid it a few years ago, always seem to have turf problems because the weather can get so bad there, lots of rain, lots of snow, very cold, brutal lake effect snow, especially late in the season in November, December, and then into January, thinking playoffs. Always problems there, and this game is going to be no different. Bad field conditions, of course, as I mentioned, slows the game down. Receivers cannot run those precision routes. With conditions in the low 30s with wind and snow on a messy field, expect a very low-scoring game. The Patriots and Bears, under the 37.5. Bet it and bake it. Believe in the dream.
Panthers, Falcons.
All right, the Panthers plus 7.5 minus the 115 is the play here on 3 for free. The game opened Falcons minus 7 and rose to 7.5 as a result of heavy betting action. 91% of the money being bet has been on the Dirty Birds. Wait, on this game, let that square money continue to drive it up and take back the best possible number. Remember, 7 and 3, the key numbers in the NFL. You get at 7.5. You want to buy off at 7. That is huge. Reasons for you. John Fox and the Hound. Regardless of the record, John Fox, still a great coach who has not lost control of his team, as many coaches with teams that have bad records seem to do. A couple of plays here and there, and if they could have avoided total QB failure, like Megan Fox's acting career early in the year, things could have been very, very different. Often when a team has a horrible year, you hear grumblings and complaints about the players. That does not exist at all in Carolina. They have played tough, and their defense has kept them competitive in many games they've played this year. As I mentioned, a couple plays here and there go differently. This Panthers team could be 10 for a playoff spot. They have not been that far off. Similar to the way the Detroit Lions have played all season long, one of my favorite teams, of course. They've been close, much like the Panthers. Of course, Panthers only have one win all year, but a couple plays go differently for either of those teams. Things could have been a lot different overall in their season. And the defense, another huge key. Still ranked 17th in the NFL at 339.1 yards against, and surprisingly ranked higher than the Falcons, who sit at 19th with 344.8 yards against. Expect a letdown from Atlanta this week after 2 straight fourth quarter wins versus the Packers and the Bucs. And boy, that was an impressive win on the road in Tampa Bay, last minute win, where the Bucs maybe kind of gave away that game, but where the Falcons definitely grew up. In first place at 10-2, they're going to look past the Panthers team, who is led by a solid head coach who will not give up the season until the very last day. That's something that John Fox did when he was a coordinator of the Giants, and he's been able to do that with the Carolina Panthers, and had pretty good success throughout most of his tenure there, even with a bad record this season. Clausen hasn't proved, and he will do just enough at home to cover that plus 7.5. Panthers plus the 7.5, minus the 115. Bet it and bake it. Believe in the dream. We're going 3-0 again. Believe it. Well, that's going to do it for the show for today, and here are the 4 virtues to being a betting edge wizard. You know it's what you want to be. Number 1, subscribe. Be an insider, not an outsider. Click that button. It's right there, and get all my 3 for free picks all NFL season long. You know their goal. Number 2, share. Don't be greedy. There's plenty of money out there to be made for everybody. Also, good karma as well. Share it with your friends, your aunts, your uncles, your third cousin Jebediah, even your ex-stepsister. You know, the one you didn't want anyone to know you hooked up with. 3, rate. You better click like this video. Don't even think about clicking thumbs down. If you don't click like, I might send Paulie Wanitz after you, or worse, make you listen to a Justin Bieber album for 24 straight hours. And number 4, comment. Yes, you gotta love the comment field. Go ahead, post your comments, good or bad, doesn't matter. I love the feedback. I got the thick skin. Make some good comments, though. I might send you a free Ryan Leaf autographed Nerf football. Come on, you gotta love that. Some bad comments, you might be the next douchebag of the day. Until next time, I'm Dan the Man. This has been The Betting Edge. Believe in the dream.